Welcome everyone to the virtual finish line event. My name is Mikhail Laxton. Okay. Welcome everyone to the virtual finish line event. My name is Mikhail Laxton. We're going to kick things off in a few moments, but first I wanted to set the virtual stage with a song by Stevie Wonder. Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Hey, here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I did a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. Ooh, yeah, didn't I? Ooh, baby. You, baby, set my soul on fire. When I touch them, they mean nothing, girl. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Ooh, wee, baby, you set my soul on fire. That's how I know you're my heart's only desire. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Ooh, here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Ooh, foolish things that I really didn't mean. I did a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. A lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. I did a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Thank you very much.
Mikhail Laxton, thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Mikhail. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the virtual finish line. Happy Walk Day and happy Global ALS Awareness Day. You did it. We are here at the finish line. Now, for those of you who joined us at the virtual start line earlier this morning, welcome back. And for those of you who are just joining us now, hello, my name is Justin Landry, and I will be your MC for today's event. Okay. I'd like to give a giant shout out to everybody who has been fundraising and following along for the past several weeks. And to those of you who've been participating in ALS Canada's 21 Days to Make a Difference activities this month. All of your hard work has paid off, and today we're going to celebrate. We are in good company today because not only is it the virtual Walk to End ALS and Global ALS Awareness Day, it is also National Indigenous Peoples Day and Father's Day. We're very happy to share June 21st with you. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Walk to End ALS, it's an incredible event that takes place in 30 communities across Ontario and 90 communities across Canada. I've been attending the walk for 6 years now in support and memory of my mother-in-law, Wendy. And I have to tell you, for a community that is united in a pretty terrible disease, these people that we have met and had the opportunity to meet are so incredible. So even though we can't be together in the usual way, in a park or in a schoolyard walking together, the fact that we're able to come together online today is pretty special and actually brings together even more of us than you'd likely see on the day of an event. As ALS Canada says, change how you walk, but not why. So thank you again for joining us here today. For those of you who are logged in and have the ability to comment, feel free to share the activity you've done in place of attending the Walk to End ALS. I know some of you maybe just finished doing that activity just before you joined us, while others may have done it last week or taken on a little bit time over the past few weeks. So I'm excited about the show we've got lined up for you today. The next hour or so will include a spotlight on some superhero community members, a few special celebrity guest appearances, including a visit from Mr. Rick Mercer, more musical entertainment, and at the end of the hour, we will announce a grand fundraising total. But to kick things off, I'd like to introduce to you our graphic recorder, Lynn Dalgleish. Lynn, can you say hello and explain to us what we're looking at?
Good morning. Hello. Hi. Yeah, this is the board that I will be drawing on during the event today. So I'm going to be listening to everything that happens during the virtual finish line and drawing pictures and writing down keywords of everything that I hear. And then if all goes well, by the end, we will have a whole board full of images to remind us of this incredible event.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lynn. I know there's a buzz about your talent, and we're looking forward to see what you do. And we'll check in with you a little bit later. All right. Full disclosure, Lynn does have a bee in her apartment or in her home there, so she's working under stress here as a bee is buzzing around. We'll check back in with you later, Lynn.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. Now I am pleased to introduce the CEO of ALS Canada, Tammy Moore. Good morning, Tammy.
Hey, Justin. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Good to see you again.
Excellent to see you. By the way, I finished my 21.1. So there you go for ALS Awareness Day and the 21 days leading up. Here I am.
Congrats, Tammy.
Thanks, Justin. So this is kind of a different finish line. I've been to many walk events over the years that I've been involved with the organization, and it's definitely different. You know, I can't quite see the hundreds of people that we know are out there, but they've definitely been visible, Justin. So through the awareness that people have been raising, through the things that they've been doing to be able to raise funds for a shared cause, and you know, it's very heartwarming and in so many ways so overwhelming, actually, because people have been working so hard. As you know all too well, the community understands adversity. This is something that ALS brings about, and I know when our family first had to experience it when my cousin Doug was diagnosed, we understand that aspect of it. And COVID-19 has made this all the more part of the reality, whether it's the physical distancing that people have had to experience, the challenges around being able to access community resources, support workers. It's been there. But it also is something that brings about hope and inspiration. You know, we've got Brian Bauer, who's been out riding his scooter 5 kilometers a day along the lakefront. We've got Dane Gorsline, who right now is on Parliament Hill about to do many hours leading up till tomorrow, raising awareness around access to therapies. People are doing so many things, but every experience with ALS is unique, and some people are more challenged in finding that hope. And so we're hopeful that today, an event like this helps to let people know that the community is in it together and that we're there for one another. And it's something that I'm so inspired by as I see our event, that the community has definitely come together. So when I think about what we've had to do as an organization to adapt, you know, right from that moment when we were there on the Parliament Hill on March 9th, 10th, and how we had to transition home, our organization has helped to set it up so that our regional managers were able to connect with over 850 families that we serve immediately by helping them to connect with virtual visits, by phone, by email, by just like this, by Zoom. the support groups that we've been able to transition from physical experiences to virtual experiences, but still very much there to be able to support the community. How we've been engaged with the clinicians within Ontario and across the country, making sure that they're connected so they can collectively problem solve. And when that's not possible, we can help to elevate those issues to people that need to understand them so that they can make different decisions. And of course, for our researchers, as we've been helping them through COVID-19 to come together, to share ideas, and so that we can understand their reality so that we can adjust our programs to make sure that they are appropriate going forward and that we don't lose that valuable momentum given where we are with ALS research today. And I know very much that fundraising is difficult during this time, and we are very appreciative of everything that people have done and how resilient and persistent our community has been. And I'm excited to share with you at the end of this event as we do the big reveal and see how we've done. And of course, you know, the impact of support. I wish it wasn't necessary. I absolutely wish that our healthcare system had the appropriate supports in place so that people didn't need our organization. But until that happens, we're here and we're advocating more than ever. We're advocating for access to therapies, for dedicated ALS research funding. And each day I am told of another story where we're advocating for individuals in their direct experiences so that they get the resources they need. And so 60% of the proceeds of today's event are going towards that very support. And the other 40, well, that's going towards research. That's going so that we can match those funds with our partner Brain Canada and continue that momentum in the amazing research that is competitively peer-reviewed by an international panel of experts to make sure that we are funding the best, most progressive research within Canada as we can. So just, you know, all of this is a reminder that we're in this together as a community. It's extraordinary circumstances, and I'm pleased to be able to be here to celebrate this day with you, Justin, and with our community. We are all in this together, and we are all working together for our future without ALS. So thank you, Justin, for what you're doing here today to get us all pumped up and ready to go. Yeah. I got my pom-poms.
Woohoo! Yeah! I've got all kinds of stuff here. Woohoo!
Excellent.
Tammy, look, obviously congratulations on your 21 kilometers, but more importantly, thank you for sharing the mission of ALS Canada and bringing that message of hope. We're going to talk to you later. Thank you so much, Tammy. But see you soon. I am very pleased to introduce our special guest, Stephen Gallagher, who joins us from the beautiful Niagara region. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Justin. Great to see you. I don't have pom-poms, but I have a Superman cape.
That, you know what? I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that's better than pom-poms. Happy Walk Day and Global ALS Awareness Day, Stephen.
Happy Walk Day, everyone.
Yeah, it's obviously a very special day. And to those of you who are watching, Stephen may look familiar if you've read the ALS Canada website or follow ALS Canada on social media. Stephen, would you mind telling people a little bit about yourself and explaining why you have that Superman cape and that Batman hat?
Absolutely, and it's an honor to be here and be part of the show today. Last August, I was diagnosed with ALS, and you know, it was a tough time at the beginning for my family and I, a super tough time. And hearing those 3 letters, and I'll just jump ahead and say, where my focus now is on 4 letters, HOPE, hope. But my first treatment I had in Hamilton, I wore a Superman shirt, and just to channel my inner superpowers to fight this illness and go hard at it. And from there, I kept wearing more. And then people sent me shirts, which was absolutely amazing. You know, superhero shirts, hats. And today, I have a whole superheroes team in Niagara and across the country that walked in support of ALS Canada wearing their superhero gear. And it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible support. Super support.
Yeah. That's Stephen. Obviously, that's great to hear about that support. And I'd love to hear a bit about why the walk is important to you and why ALS Canada is important as a person or important to a person living with ALS.
Yeah, you know, when I was first diagnosed, and in fact, it was my 10th wedding anniversary, the day we received the diagnosis, and it was difficult. It was a very dark time, and I didn't know a lot about the services that the ALS Society provides in ALS Canada. And one of my biggest concerns at the beginning, Justin, was the idea that feeling like I could be a burden to my family. And a lot of things happened for me to go from darkness to light. But the biggest thing was, what turned the key to that light was meeting with Melissa from the Niagara Region ALS Society. And she told me about the supports that ALS Society provides patients. And I just wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of the immense support. So, that's why I'm walking today. The supports they provide, and also, as importantly for me, the research and hope for medical breakthroughs, hope for new treatments, and hope one day we won't need this walk because we're here.
Yeah, 100%, Stephen. Out of curiosity, what did you do for your walk today?
So I had a Twitter poll recently, and I asked people, what should I dress as? And they chose Superman. So I wore the cape with my wife was Wonder Woman. My daughter was just wearing a lovely flowery dress. So she is my inspiration and my superhero and the reason I fight so hard. But I dressed as Superman. You can see the shirt there too. However, when I did the poll, some of the Batman camp wasn't very happy about the results. So I'm representing Batman today here just to give them a shout out.
Stephen, you're very diplomatic. And I know the Batman and Superman fans are pretty particular for sure. And look, your daughter has a hero in you. That's for sure. We have a lot of fundraisers and donors that are joining us right now. Do you have a message that you would like to share with them?
Yeah, it's funny. When I get emotional now, it's thinking of the love and support that's enveloped me and my family during all this, and to see across the country the type of support that people are doing. Just know how much it means to me as an ALS, as a person with ALS, and again, that meeting, learning about what the ALS Society provides people and the research they're doing gave me great comfort. So your support also gives me great comfort. And how about a virtual high five for everyone?
High fives. I gave 10. Is
I
that
like
too
it.
much? Is that too much? I'm sorry.
No, 10 is good.
I mess up everything, including high fives.
No, perfect.
Stephen, as I said on social media, thank you so much for sharing your words of inspiration. And as I said, I do look forward to the day where you and I can meet in person. And
hey, Justin, can I just say also thank you for all you're doing in memory of your mother-in-law. That's very touching.
Well, she turned out to be pretty much my best friend, and I was fortunate enough to live with her for the last year and a half of her life. And I appreciate that, Stephen. Thank you so much. We're going to talk later, Stephen, for sure. Right now, I'd like to welcome two-time Canadian Screen Award winner, actor, writer, and comedian Paul Sung-Young Lee, best known for his role as the family patriarch on Kim's Convenience. Love that guy. He's been inspired by the cause and has volunteered his time to be with us today and to make this event extra special. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paul. Hey, Paul.
How's it going, Justin? Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Hello, everyone out there. Thank you so much. It is such an honor and a distinct pleasure to be part of this very, very worthwhile cause. So thank you so much for having me on here. I'm here today and I'm joined by three very special guests. They're going to introduce themselves very soon. We're going to be doing a Draw Your ALS Superhero Challenge. But without further ado, let's introduce our special guests. We have, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We're going to start down in the box right below me. Go ahead, guys.
Hi, I'm Sheila. I'm 11 years old, and I'm very excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Skylar. I'm 7, and I'm very excited to be here.
Hi, my name's Parker, and I'm 7 years old, and I'm also very excited to be here.
Amazing. Okay, so now, Justin, I want you to participate with us as well.
Yes.
We've all got pieces of paper here and pencil crayons or crayons and pencils. And our task, and you can join along at home if you want to, we're going to be drawing an ALS superhero. Now, these superheroes can be, you know, your regular superheroes with the tights and the capes and whatnot, or they could also be, you know, maybe doctors who are helping a person with ALS, or a family member, or someone who has ALS themselves, or a caregiver. It's just use your imagination. We're going to draw these pictures, and we'll join you again, and we'll show you what we come up with.
Paul, thank you so much. Thanks to the kids. Paul, you're going to be really, really impressed, I know, with what I come up with. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, but I'm promising a lot. You're going to love it.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul, and Shayla, Skylar, and Parker. I'm so excited to see what you guys come up with. We'll check back in shortly. Now, to all of you watching from home, you should know that in a moment, we're going to be joined by a magician that I'm told is going to blow all of our minds. So stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, I would like to acknowledge some very special people. Every year, the walk happens in more than 30 communities across Ontario. And many of them have what are known as lead families. And the lead families champion the cause and start off the walk for everyone. There are also a number of people who, leading up to the walk, have bravely shared their personal experiences with the ALS community on ALS Canada's social media channels. It takes courage and it takes vulnerability for all of these people to share their personal and frequently challenging experiences and to put themselves front and center in raising awareness. It's not easy to do. So thank you. Thank you to each and every one of these individuals for all that you are doing. It's not an easy journey, as we all know, and we all support and appreciate you. So a big shout out and a virtual hug to our lead families and walk champions. Cannot thank you enough. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to, is this a real quote? To the man Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters calls incredible, what an honor, our magician, Mr. Keith Brown.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction, Justin. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here today and to support such a great cause. For everyone at home right now, I know it's a hot day out there, so I want to make sure that you stay hydrated, and I wanted to show you a quick trick. Make sure that you have a glass and have a towel, clean that out, make sure there's nothing in it, and what I want you to do is say the words, the magic words, End ALS, and just like that, you'll have a nice, cold, refreshing beverage.
What?
Cheers, everybody. This is iced coffee for me. But you know what? Now that I got a drink, I want to share with you a very one of my favorite magic tricks, and I'm joined by the marvelous Margot. Can you say hi, Margot?
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Keith.
You're most welcome. Well, thank you so much for joining me and being here today. Margot, I thought we'd try something fun because earlier on today, I was thinking of a playing card. And I committed myself. What I did is with this deck of playing cards, as I went through, I found that card, I took it out, I spun it around, and then I stuck it back in. So right now, there are 51 cards face up. There's only one card face down. And right now, I'm the only person who knows what it is. But Margot, I will you to be successful. So right now, I want you to name the first suit, clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds. The first one that pops in your head, just name it out loud for us.
Ooh, diamonds.
Diamonds, okay. They are girls' best friends. I like your style. Now I want you to name any value of a playing card. It could be ace, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to king. It's really up to you.
10.
10. So right now we have the 10 of diamonds. Now, Margot, is that your final answer? Because if you want, you can change it. This is your last call.
Final answer.
You're happy with the 10 of diamonds. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, I told you earlier that there's only one card facing the wrong way. And look, there's one right down there in the center, and it's not just any card. It is a red card. It is a diamond, and it is Margot's 10 of diamonds.
No way.
Incredible, right? Well, big round of applause for Margot. Thank you so much for helping me out. My name is Keith Brown, and we'll see you back soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Keith.
Margot, Keith, thank you very much. Keith, I have a tremendous amount of questions for you, which I'm going to email you later. You're not right. Very entertaining. All right. You know what else is magic? Like the magic we just saw? How much you've all managed to fundraise. I don't want to announce the totals just yet because I'm told that the dollars are, yeah, that's right. They are still pouring in. So we will give everybody 20 more minutes to get your last donations in the door. I'd also just like to note that there are so many people watching this right now. And if each household gave $10 right now, we could really push our fundraising total over the edge. So you know what you can do? You can donate by text. Have a look at the bottom of your screen right now. You can text INSPIRE to the number 45678 to donate $5, $10, or $20 to the ALS Society of Canada. Now, for those of you who are ultra competitive, and I know that there are many of you out there, I feel the need to tell you that your donation via text will not count towards your individual or team fundraising total, but will count towards the walk, which means that 40% of it will be matched by Brain Canada for investment in ALS research, and we can all agree that that's outstanding. Okay, as you're doing that, I have a very special message for you from six-time Juno Award-winning Canadian rock legend, Sam Roberts. Now, regrettably, Sam wasn't able to join us live here today, but he wanted me to share this message with you all. Have a look.
Hey, this is Sam Roberts, and I just wanted to send all of my love and support to everyone out there suffering from ALS, and to your caregivers and family members and friends who are not only fighting to care for their loved ones, but also to raise awareness on a community level and a global level every day. Well, today is a very special day. It is the Global ALS Awareness Day, and it's also the Walk to End ALS. And if you've ever known or loved anyone who has suffered from the disease, then you have come into contact with an amazing, galvanized community who are fighting passionately, again, not just to raise awareness, but to ultimately end ALS. So to each and every one of you, once again, keep fighting the good fight, and lots of love.
Sam, thank you so much for sending along that beautiful message. Now, in just a few minutes, we have Mr. Rick Mercer joining us for some fun. We also have some more music and magic coming up, and then the finale where we announce our fundraising total. But first, I want to invite Dr. David Taylor to join us. He is Vice President of Research with ALS Canada. Dr. Dave, how are you?
Justin, how are you? Amazing day, right?
It is. It's a fun day. I've done my walk with the family. I'm just having a good time here with you all. Look, it's an important day, and I'm excited to ask you a few questions, starting with this one right here. What is ALS Canada's role when it comes to research?
Yeah, I can narrow that down into three major categories. The first one is to take the donations that have come in today and throughout the year and to turn those into allocating it to the very best peer-reviewed research in the country, as well as to collaborative opportunities to have impact for a future without ALS around the world. The second one is that we really try to be information leaders. We want to know everything that's happening in the world with regard to ALS research so that we can provide that information back to people affected by ALS here in Canada. And then the third one is advocating. We want to advocate for quick access to therapies and anything we can do on behalf of people living with ALS in Canada, pharmaceutical companies to government, to anyone, because we know it'll never be fast enough. So it's our everyday mission.
Yeah, for sure. Can you talk about the impact of everybody's fundraising for today?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've heard from Stephen and others how impactful and amazing our support services are, and to provide equipment and support to people living with ALS across Ontario, that impact is so clear. And with regard to research, it's so obviously clear as well that this year it's very important because we have our generous matching program with Brain Canada, our partners, to be able to help get to that future without ALS.
Yeah, that's, you hit a couple points there that I could relate to. I know that having gone through it, it's not a disease that is inexpensive. It's very expensive. So those, the equipment donation and everything is very important to people living with ALS. Yeah. So what is the one thing that people are usually surprised to learn about ALS or ALS research, Dr. Dave?
Okay. Good question. I guess I would say that when I started this role 8 years ago, there were probably 10 to 20 companies that were interested in the ALS space. And because of the advancements that we've made here in 2020, we now have well over 100 companies that have invested in ALS research and over 70 clinical trials that are happening worldwide. Any one of those could be the next treatment for ALS. So that's amazing stuff and a big advancement over 8 years.
Yeah. Why is fundraising important to ALS Canada?
Yeah, I mean, so in terms of our support services, clearly we're filling a gap. We're not receiving any government funding for those support services. So that's tremendously important to people in Ontario. And with regard to research, we are the sole dedicated national research funder for ALS in the country. So that unto itself is super important if we're going to get to that day when we no longer have to do walks.
Yeah, 100%. Now, if you were to share just one thing with everybody today, what would that be?
Yeah, that's an easy one. That would be thank you. It's a tremendous thanks on behalf of the research community for the amazing donations that have come in today and the days leading up to this. Just to let people know that we've seen that total coming up. We know we can't waste any time, and we have already been determining how are we going to allocate that. How are we going to do everything we can to get to that future without ALS as quickly as possible? So we're incredibly grateful.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Dave. For those of you who might not know, I've spent time with Dr. Dave at the ALS Research Forum. I've sat beside him at a dinner table with other scientists. And let me tell you, they're not talking about golf or the weather. They're working 24/7 on making life easier for people who suffer with ALS. So thank you, Dr. Dave. Really appreciate hanging out with you. Happy Walk Day.
Happy Walk Day. Take it easy. Good to see you. Thanks, everyone.
Good to see you too. All right. I want to remind anyone who missed it the first time around the opportunity today and today only to donate by text to the ALS Society of Canada. Just text the word INSPIRE to 45678. It's the word INSPIRE to 45678 to donate $5, $10, or $20. All right, folks, let's take a minute to check back with Lynn on her drawings. Lynn, let's see what you're doing there.
Well, I'm trying to keep up kind of a reckless pace, but I've captured most of what's happened so far. Got a new kind of finish line, superhero, keeping up the good fight, research. We're waiting for the drawing challenge results. So I've got it all here.
Thank you, Lynn. That looks amazing. Now, I need a new headshot. I don't know if you're able to draw my face there somewhere. Send it to me.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, thank you. It's up to you. I'm just a suggestion. That's very good. It's very cool. Thank you so much, Lynn. We'll check back in with you soon. And in a few minutes, we're going to do some shout outs to the top fundraisers. And then we will announce our grand fundraising total. But first, we have a few more fun things for you. Before we go any further, I want to ask everybody watching to think of one word that represents this day and what it has meant for them so far. If you have the ability to add it to the comment box, do it. Go ahead and share. And if not, please write your word down somewhere closely or share it with anyone you're watching with. Let's crowdsource some positivity. My word, when I think about my word in ALS, I think of inspire. My late mother-in-law, she was an inspiration to me. She was such a dutiful mother, and she volunteered in her community right up until the end of her life. She was the Out of the Cold program and New Circles, and that was what drove her, helping others. And to all those caregivers of people with ALS and people who have lost people to ALS, it's tempting, I suppose, to step away, but so many of you have stepped up, and that in itself is inspirational too. All right. Thank you very much. As you're finishing that up, I'm super excited to introduce our very special guest, Dr. Rick. I assume he's a doctor. Do you have an honorary degree from anywhere? Probably many. Rick Mercer. Hi, Rick.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? Did I ask that already?
I do have an honorary doctorate somewhere, but it's not in medicine. So
okay. Fair enough.
Probably.
I would let you examine me. That came out wrong.
I appreciate that.
Rick, I know the past few months obviously have been difficult for everybody. How have you been holding up?
I'm good. I'm not I won't complain, and that's not because I'm not a complainer. I mean, I've complained and ranted my entire life, but about this, I won't complain because I really do count my blessings. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I don't need to be around people, and I don't necessarily like wearing pants, so I don't anymore. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Well,
I mean, that's what I do anyway. I write.
Yeah. As you know, today is ALS Awareness Day and the Walk to End ALS. Is there a community, or there is a community of fundraisers out there? There's thousands of donors and volunteers and supporters working to create a world without ALS. Is there anything in particular that you could say to them today?
Well, I hope people realize that people are thinking about people with ALS. I think these are interesting times. I think for many Canadians, it's the first time that they've felt isolated. And it's good for them to sit back and realize that while these pandemic times are going to come to an end, for many people with certain disabilities, they lead a very isolated existence as it is because they don't have the ability to leave their home like most of us or what have you. So I would just want people to know that Canadians are thinking about them, and events like this are so important and so inspiring. I mean, I just texted Inspire, by the way, and made my donation. But, listening to Dr. Dave talk today, that was so inspiring, and your story as well. And the point that you stepped up, and so many people have stepped up instead of stepping away. And I think that's incredibly important to think about.
Awesome. Thank you, Rick. Look, in the spirit of Walk Day, I think it's only fair that we hold a little friendly competition. I'm going to challenge you to a race, and I hate to put you on the spot, but this was an idea that was inspired by the ALS Society of Canada. A couple weeks ago, they hosted an event where they said MS can suck a lemon, and then they had to literally.
This is their fault.
This is their fault. We are stealing this horrible idea from the good folks at MS, and apparently this is fun for people to watch at home. It's fun to watch people suck lemons, and I've couriered some lemon juice to you.
I know, that was very kind. I could have gone and got my own lemon juice.
It is not easy to get your address, by the way.
No.
Reason,
because people do things like send me lemon juice.
That's right. I've had my lemon juice in the sun, sitting in the sun. I don't know if you have. Do you have a glass standing by?
Yes.
Oh God. 2 ounces. I was told 2 ounces.
Straw. Oh my gosh, I had it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you have your straw.
I'm allergic to lemons. Is that a problem?
Yes, but you know what? It's for a good cause.
Right. Why are we the only ones doing this?
I don't know. Now, having said that, okay, get your lips. This is a race, by the way.
What?
This is a race. Bragging rights. Okay, I'll count it down from 3. 3, 2, 1. Drink. Oh God.
Let's see.
Was that a tie?
I like lemons, so that wasn't that hard.
I don't like lemon anymore. Good thing it's not used in everyday cleaning products as a.
Oh, I've got lemon things all over this room. Constantly wiping the place with lemon.
So you like lemon? You were like a ringer. That was unfair.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, generally I like it in with something else.
I'd
rather drink lemons than like sugar water.
Right.
Or
wink,
syrup
wink.
Or something. Sure. I wouldn't want that.
Well, I hope that was entertaining for people watching. I'm just gonna suggest that maybe we both won. And Rick, awesome! You're such a great sport and super nice guy. And I want to thank you for joining us today.
Anytime.
You're a busy guy.
Anyone that's watching that hasn't texted yet, it's super easy. Even I can do it. Like really. And most things are above my pay grade. Even this Zoom call, really above my pay grade.
The word inspire.
It was inspire.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
Rick, oh, there you go. You're getting a fax. All right, Rick.
Texas. I do.
You do. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Rick. Have a great day. Now let's pop back over to Paul, Sun, Young Lee, and our team of artists to see how their drawings turned out. Paul.
How's it going, Justin?
I'm
crazy.
That was horrible. I didn't test it or anything. I just thought I'm just going to do it.
Just pure reaction. It was lovely, absolutely lovely and inspiring. It inspired me to never, ever try that. So thank you so much for blazing that trail. Okay, so we've got our pictures here. Why don't we start showing with Shayla and Skylar? Why don't you guys start by showing us your pictures and just hold them up to the camera and give us an explanation of what you got there.
I did people with ALS because they get up and fight every day. Yeah.
Outstanding. That's beautiful. Great. Okay, how about you? Skylar, go ahead.
Regional managers, because regional managers help and support people with ALS.
That's amazing. Amazing. All right, let's move on to Parker. Parker, what do you have to show for us? Okay. And can you explain what that is?
It's doctors supporting people who are sick.
Amazing superheroes indeed. Thank you so much, Parker. Now, Justin, I've been looking forward to seeing your picture.
Yes.
Hold it up and show everybody what you've come up with.
I did a pencil. Is that impressive or what? Now
that's a great pencil.
Thank you. I learned to draw a pencil like this in grade 3, and it's the only thing that I feel that I'm good at. There's the ALS cape. There's Team Wendy for my mother-in-law, and the pencil's wearing pants.
That's very useful, actually. Pants wearing pencils.
Yes.
Very, very. It is a family-friendly event here, so it's good that the pencils have pants.
1,000%.
That's great, Justin. That's amazing. I'm going to show you. Hopefully, this doesn't disappear, and we'll do this. Here's my picture here. It is of Stephen Gallagher. He is super inspirational. Oh, yeah, Invisible Man. There we go. He's super inspiration man, and his daughter there, who is I've nicknamed Wonder Heart because of her generous donating of her entire piggy bank when she heard what her dad was doing. Yeah. And I have the magnificent MC. That's you, Justin, right there. Magnificent MC, because you're doing such a fantastic job hosting. You guys they're all superheroes in my mind and everybody really, because it'd be easy to lie down and just feel sorry for yourself. But what I've seen today has been so inspiring. You guys are all superheroes. Thank you so much for letting me be part of this.
Paul, we are grateful to you and for your participation today. It means a lot to us. Shayla, Skylar, Parker, well done. Thank you all so much. Yeah, guys, you're making this event really, really special. Appreciate it. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, we do have another magic trick coming up in a minute, as well as a musical performance by House of Hamel, which I know you will all love. But first, I would like to take a moment and talk about the virtual honor wall. Now, for those of you who've been to the walk before, a really meaningful and powerful part of the day is the honor wall, where people write the name or the person or people they are supporting and remembering through their participation. Even though we can't write on a physical wall, the power of the internet gives us the chance here to do a virtual honor wall where we can all post our messages. So I want to share that with you for a moment. If you haven't had the chance yet, I would invite you all to do your own stories, pictures, post them, memories, put it right on the honor wall. Details about how to post a message to the honor wall are all there for you. So head to walk2endals.ca/wall to take a look. I've added a post myself about my mother-in-law, Wendy, who I spoke about earlier. It's been 5 years now since she's passed away, and seeing all the other stories and faces here, it's a good reminder that none of us are alone and that there are so many of us working together. Okay, guys, we're going to welcome back Keith Brown, our magician. Let's hear it for Keith. Where are you, Keith?
Right here. Thanks so much. I just want to quickly apologize to Paul. I didn't mean to make you disappear, but I sneezed in the green room, so sorry about that. Sometimes I can't control it. But look, I want to do a quick fun one with you, and this is one for everyone at home. I want to test your knowledge, okay? It's not a difficult question. The question is, what playing card is this? The King of Hearts, right? And the reason I ask is not everyone knows the playing cards. Like before the pandemic, I had someone in Vancouver called Club's Puppy Feet. But look, as long as we can all agree, King of Hearts, And what we're going to do is we're going to use my cup here. I'm going to leave it right on top of the cup so you can see that card at all times. And we're also going to use another card, which is right here. It's the 4 of spades. So we have the 4 of spades and the King of Hearts. And check this out. We're going to try this on 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. I have the King of Hearts right here, which of course leaves on top of the cup that 4 of spades. Crazy, right?
What? Yes.
That's one of my fun ones. But you know what? I'm joined right now by Ritu. And Ritu, I'm going to have you help me out for another trick. Please welcome Ritu, everybody.
Hi there.
Now, Ritu, I'm going to hold my hand just like this. I want to keep it in frame the entire time. I'm going to be as fair as I possibly can. But I want you to think of a time of day, any time of day, because you know what? We all decided to get on this call together at a certain time. Everyone has deadlines and things to do. Some of us don't have enough time. Some of us want more time. You volunteer time, you give your time, all this stuff. So I want you to think of a time that is important to you, any time of day. What time is that?
That time is 4:29 p.m.
4:29 p.m. Now, Ritu, you had no idea that I was going to ask you to say a time. You had no idea that you were going to say 4:29. Now, out of curiosity, why did you say 4:29?
Because that's the time I'm about to clock out from work. And my
Ooh, that's a good time. If you like that time, let us know in the comments. I think a lot of people like that time as well. Well, Ritu, before we got on this call in the green room, I changed the time on my watch. And so right now it's not 11:46. I changed it to something else. And I don't think everyone at home is going to believe this, but believe it or not, again, you said 4:29, yeah?
Yeah.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, my watch is set exactly to 4:29.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much. And a big round of applause for Ritu for joining me. I really appreciate that. You know
Thanks
what? I think we have time for one more real quick before I go. This is another refreshment drink. If you have like a can, if you already had your drink at home, this is a way to have another one. I want you to watch those dents. And I want you to imagine that this can didn't have dents in it anymore, that it looked like a real full can. And just like your imagination, it starts to become real. I know. But look, I want you to imagine that this can hasn't been opened. I want you to imagine that this can is completely sealed. And if this can is completely sealed, it should open like a regular can. And it should pour out like a regular can.
Wow.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, fine folk, my name is Keith Brown. I really appreciate you having me here today, and I'm inspired by all your hard work and giving back to your community. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and cheers to you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Keith, that was amazing.
Thank you.
We need to be friends, because my friends, when we hang out, they talk about their kids and their jobs, and that's boring. But if we could hang out and you did that, I loved it. Thank you so much, Keith. That was awesome.
You're most welcome. Thanks.
Loved it. All right. Obviously, such an incredible day. Look, folks, I'm in awe of how much everybody has done to fundraise for ALS. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. In a moment, we're going to do some shout outs to our top fundraisers, but I would like to introduce Rose Baldino and Brian Buchanan of House of Hamel, an awesome band who's here to perform a song for us today. Rose and Brian, hello, how are you?
Great. Wonderful.
How are you doing?
Enjoying the performances, enjoying the magic show.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. That was Keith's amazing. Paul, Reka, everybody's been so great. Thanks for joining us. Look, before we get things moving, Brian, would you mind sharing a bit about your connection to ALS?
Sure. Well, it's only just kind of starting for me. I'm 38 years old as of last week, and I just met my birth mother for the first time a year ago in April, and it was, as you can imagine, an emotional meeting. And she was diagnosed with ALS about 3 weeks to a month after I met her for the first time. So over the last year, it's been kind of a crash course in watching the progression of the disease and learning about symptoms and learning about treatments and causes and everything else. But it's been quite an emotional year, and it's amazing to see community coming together year after year and helping to raise money and raise awareness for the people who suffer from this disease. So we're proud to be a part of it today.
Wow, that's an unbelievable story. Thank you so much for sharing. Look, we are such a rich community with so many powerful stories. I'm very excited to hear you guys play. One of the things we're going to do as you play, along the bottom of the screen, we're going to run the names of our top fundraisers from each location as of 9 p.m. last night. These are people who busted their butts extra hard this year to raise money for ALS, and we are so grateful for all of their hard work. And for those of you who have been working since last night to see your names on top of the leaderboard, don't worry, do not fret. ALS Canada will be sharing the final leaderboard on their social media channels later this week. Okay, House of Hamel, take it away.
All right, thank you. We're going to do a song for you called Pound a Week Rise, written by Ed Pickford. 1, 2, 3.
All you colliers that work down the mine, from Scotland to South Wales, from Teesdale to Tyne, and I'll sing you a song of a pound a week rise, and the men who are fooled by the government's lies. And it's down you go, down below Jack, when you see the sky, no working in a dungeon or a pound a week rise. In 1960, just a few years ago, the mine workers lead us to Lord Holman's depot, saying we work very hard and every day we risk our lives, and we ask you here and now for a pound a week rise. It's down you go, down below Jack, when you see the sky and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. Smoked old Romans and he made this decree: when the output rises, then with you I'll agree to raise up all your wages, to give you fair pay. For I was once a miner and I worked hard in my day. It's down you go, Jack, when never see the sky and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. The miners they went and they worked hard and well, with lungs full of coal dust in the bosom of hell. The output rose by 16, 18% and more, and when 2 years had come and gone, it rose above a score. Then the miners they went to get their hard-won prize, to ask Lord Rubens for his pound a week rise. Rubens wouldn't give a pound, he wouldn't give 10 bob, he gave them 7 and 6 and said, get back to your jobs. So come on, you corners, take heed what I say, and don't believe the coal board when they say you'll get fair pay. For they'll tell you to work hard just to make the output rise. You'll get pie in the sky instead of a 1 pound rise. And it's down you go, down below Jack, when you never see the sky and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. And it's down you go, down below Jack, when you never see the sky and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise.
Awesome. Wow. House of Hamill, everybody. So good. Rose, Brian, thank you so much. And Brian, happy belated birthday.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. House of Hamill once again. All right, everybody. The time has come. And if you're like me, you want to know how much we've raised together. Do you guys want to know how much we've raised together today? I'm going to invite ALS Canada CEO Tammy Moore to join me once again. This is where a drum roll would be handy. Do we have a drum roll handy? Ha-ha! Like that.
Hey,
There's a drum roll. Hello, Tammy. Do you have our grand total for today?
I do. Justin, just before we go to that, and I know I've got the drum roll going on, but I need a new vocabulary. I need a new vocabulary because gratitude, appreciation, heartwarming, overwhelming, there just aren't enough words to express. You know, our community is so courageous. I've been watching the feeds come in. I've got my Uncle Don and Auntie Bonnie down in Boston. We've got Sharon Carson in Sault Ste. Marie, the Peacocks. Everybody is online, and we're all here together as a community. You know, when we did this, we really hoped we would be able to capture that essence that we have at the in-person events. And I know they've got the team going like crazy behind the scenes. I can see all the chatter going on. And I have to say, I think we've done it. So get that drum roll going now, guys. Here we go. An amazing check for $950,000. Yes!
Ta-da!
Now we can pull the pom-poms out.
Indeed.
Thank you to everybody for your incredible generosity and for all of your energy that you put towards making this, the virtual edition of the Walk to ALS and ALS, such a success. Thank you, Justin. You have been absolutely incredible.
Well,
love to you, my friend.
Thank you. Love to you, Tammy, and your entire team, the walk coordinators, all the volunteers. I'm not the best in math, but that's almost $1 million, and that's pretty impressive. And and I know donations are even going to roll in today. So amazing results, everyone. It just makes everyone so happy, particularly those people and families dealing with ALS right now. That number sounds like a number we'd maybe like to see in flashing lights. Let's see what our graphic recorder, Lynn, has been able to do with it. Lynn, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Oh, nice.
I got the number. I'm putting flashing lights around it. I'm working on it. So it is a fantastic number. Congratulations. What an amazing, amazing amount to raise. So
Awesome.
thumbs up.
Way to go, Lynn. That looks awesome. Glad to see that you're safe and doing well. This is a
no B.
No B. This is a very inspirational photo. And just so everybody knows, we're going to take a photo and post this in a few days. It's just a nice way to commemorate this year's virtual finish line. You'll all be able to take that photo and have memories and be inspired by and look at it for inspiration. Okay, guys. Wow. What a day. Virtual walk day to end ALS. Can you believe how much we managed to fit into one morning? On behalf of everybody at ALS Canada, the walk team, fundraisers, donors, and community members across the province, thank you. You've done something that is very, very important today. One day, we will have a future without ALS, and it will be because of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. If you don't already, make sure you head to als.ca and sign up to receive emails so you never miss out on breaking news or campaign information from the team at ALS Canada. Bye, everybody. Thanks again. Take care.